Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I wanted to do a couple of card readings on today, one on the Republicans and one on the Democrats. The Democrats have a big um, week ahead with a vote on the reconciliation, I think, or the infrastructure and possibly the reconciliation. But I kind of want to see where the Democrats are at and what is in store for them over the next, over October. And then we'll also do the Republicans and see where they're at. So, okay, so let's see. We'll do the Democrats first. This is the Democratic Party through October 2021. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Something in the way. Okay, well, there you go. There's the Democratic Party. All tied up, all stuck in their ideas. Um, but hopefully utilizing their intuition. So they feel like they're in a position where they're all tied up in knots. Let's see what's crossing that. Well, I don't know if it's crossing it, but this is probably what's causing it. This is their connection to big money. This is their donors. This is their donors. So they're tied up with their donors. They're tied up with their donors. Let's see what's at the root is the hope for something new, something Aquarian, something humanitarian, a possibility to really sort of come from a place of inspiration where you are healing and helping people. So that's really at the root. But right now they are tied up in their connections to those who pay for their re-elections. In the past, we have the Princess of Pentacles. This is the plan. This is the plan, probably the infrastructure plan and the reconciliation bill to get started, a new beginning, the start of that process, perhaps a little naively. In the sky, we have fighting, but having the moral high ground. So this says to me that the moral thing to do is the thing that is supported by spirit. So let's see what the immediate future. And here we have Hierophant. So this is the government. This is the government. This is how the government works. Utilizing the levers of power. How it's seen from the outside, a need for partnership, perhaps. The domestic situation. The Six of Pentacles, wanting people to get what they deserve, a fair distribution of resources, perhaps the rich paying their fair share. Well, that's a nice idea. Hopes and fears. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who does have to cut things away, but is very just. So there are things perhaps they're concerned that they will not get through the bill, but they also are hoping for a fair evaluation of the situation. And we have the Chariot as the outcome card. So that is a card that says to me that they are moving forward on their agenda. Wow. Here's Dirty Tricks. This is underneath. Dirty Tricks. The beginning and the endings and beginnings. So sort of a new world coming through. And then the Ten of Cups, which kind of is in a way allowing the those bills to go through to help people. So I'll tell you what I see. I see that they will actually get both bills passed. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's what the cards say to me. So now that that was quick, let's take a look at the Republicans. Let's see what's going on with the Republicans. I think I'm going to use a different deck for them. Let me see. What do I have up here? Ooh, I guess we'll use the Connolly deck. It just happens to be very handy for me here. So this is the Republicans over the next month. Let's see where they're going. So the Democrats are working hard, but it does look like ultimately they are going to get what they need to get done. We can only hope. I can only hope. And I'm sure many of you can only hope. It would sure be nice to see government working again. It would sure be nice to see government choosing the people that they're supposed to be working for instead of these lobbyists and all these multinationals. It would be lovely. Get money out of politics. It's a good mantra. Okay, the Republicans. We have healing, temperance. It's interesting that the first card that comes up is that they will be tempered. Well, that's good. I think they need to be tempered. Let's see what's crossing the healing. Not seeing what's coming. There's some. They're having some issues with money. I wonder if the people who are backing. Now that the commission, the January 6th commission is doing all these subpoenas, if people that would normally back that sort of direction for the party are backing off a bit. Maybe. Let's see what's at the root. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So they're losing money. This is holding on to money, and I feel like this is losing money. So they're losing their donors, perhaps. In the past, this is the Ten of Swords. It's interesting in this deck because the Ten of Swords is usually an ending, right? But in this deck, she's protected from the swords. So there's been this sort of Teflon energy around the Republicans. They can get away whatever they want. They can break the law. As long as they all agree, they can do whatever they want. That's what that card looks like to me. In the sky, we have the Knight of Cups. This is a vision or an illusion in some cases. The Knight of Cups, while very poetic and very creative, we could say, can be a liar, can make up stories, can be, it can be somebody who is very flowery about a particular subject, like love. Love is this, love is that, love is this. But then when you try to be in a relationship with them, they don't know how to love. They only know how to love. They don't actually know how to do the love, right? So we have the Ten of Wands here in the immediate future. This is sort of, they've burdened, they have a lot on their plate, but they're still planting seeds for the future. Still planting seeds for the future. How it's seen from the outside, the King of Swords, it's possible that they're being held accountable legally. Perhaps that's what that is. The domestic situation is loss. And they've lost quite a bit, and they're losing actually. They're actually losing a lot of people and who would normally vote Republican because they're dying of COVID. Hopes and fears, Judgment card. They fear they're going to be judged. Well, and the Five of Wands, moving into headwinds. But they are still progressing, but it's difficult going. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings. Let's see if we can pull a major arcana, the Two of Cups, Compromise. The Nine of Swords. This is a tough journey. It is a tough journey. Tough journey to compromise, perhaps. And then the Queen of Wands here. Oh, I know who this is. This is it's like, who's a woman? Who's a fire sign woman? Who is this? Who's the Leo, right? Because this is a Leo card. Well, that's Cheney. That's Cheney. So this is the headwinds that they're facing is the January 6th commission, for sure. It's the January 6th commission. So they're really having to plant seeds for the future, because for the future down the road, because the road right now is just so challenging. Yeah, so we have the three underneath. We have the Three of Pentacles, which can be dark money, but it can also be people who are really good at what they do, planning and plotting. And this is architect. These are the great architects, right? They're doing. They're trying to build something with this. And then we have the rich, right? The leisurely rich, and then we have heartbreak and sorrow. So yeah, so they have, they both have problems, but the Democrats have more, like, this is their time. This is their time to do it. This is their time to get as much done as they can, and they know it. And so they feel like they don't have a choice but to really sort of dig in their heels and go for it. So I'm happy to see that in the cards for the Democrats. And the Republicans are attempting to heal. I mean, they are. They're trying to sort of walk more of a middle ground, because it's costing them their donors. It's costing them the people who are going to back. People do not want chaos anymore, not Republicans. They do not. And so it's even possible that they break off with the Trumps this month, with the nine of, with these cards here, like a breakup. With the idle rich, which I always see this card really. Oftentimes this card reminds me of Ivanka, right? The idle rich. Hey, whatever the reason is that they're changing is a good enough reason for me, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. Oops. Just dropped all the cards on the floor. Well, I guess that's the end of my reading, because I just dropped all my cards. I hope you enjoyed that. It was interesting. Like and subscribe. And if you have questions about anything particular, you can put it down below, or you can email me. There'll be information under this on how to do that. But as always, it's been a pleasure. And check out my October astrology and Kabbalah. Well, my Kabbalah, numerology for October, and then my astrology for the first 10 days of October, which are chock full of things happening. So we're in for a lot of stuff. So stay grounded, keep your eyes open, keep your third eye open, keep your ears open, keep your spidey senses tingling. It will come in handy. And most of all, take care of yourself. Put the oxygen mask on yourself, and then help who you can help. And as the storms blow around you, stay within the eye. Stay within the eye. Much love, everyone. Namaste.